nothing funnier than watching how the country is run, and I believe that it is a more accurate version than anything you're going to see on the news.
Yes Minister was an unlikely success, but millions tuned in to watch Paul Eddington as MP Jim Hacker struggle with Nigel Hawthorne's uber civil servant, Sir Humphrey.
These were the greatest actors of their generation. Not just good sitcom actors, they were just the greatest actors.
The series achieved what politicians failed to do. It made people interested in government.
The programme is not about anything party political. It's about the way politicians and civil servants interact and how civil servants ultimately hold all the cards.
Well, opposition's about asking awkward questions.
And government is about not answering them.
Well, you answer all mine anyway.
I'm glad you thought so, Minister.
There's just something very funny about seeing someone who's meant to be in charge actually being an idiot. Not so funny in real life.
If you can actually quote from a actual government document and get a laugh out of the audience, I mean, that's terribly satisfactory. And we did that several times.
Smoking-related diseases cost the NHS £165 million a year.
It has been shown that if those extra 100,000 people had lived to a ripe old age, they would have cost us even more in pensions and social security than they did in medical treatment.
Actually, what we found was that the funniest things were the things that had actually happened.
Yes, yes. Wanted in the communications room, Mr. John Walker.
Johnny Walker?
Yes, from the Scotch office.
Because that's based on truth. There was a very senior British government person, who I don't think I should name, who did take a delegation to a Muslim country, and they did drink secretly throughout the whole reception because none of them could quite get through it without a drink.
Yes, the Soviet embassy's on the line, Sir Humphrey, and Mr. Smirnov.
That scene is only very slightly exaggerated for comic effect.
Had Yes Minister not been a sitcom, it would have caused a scandal. The plot lines were largely based on factual events, gathered from sources every bit as mysterious as Watergate's Deep Throat.
We had a couple of principal sources, Marcia Williams, later Lady Falkender, and Bernard Donahue. Marcia was Harold Wilson's political secretary. Bernard was the head of the policy unit at Number 10 under Wilson and Jim Callaghan.
And an awful lot came from lunches with people who would tell us things indiscreetly, knowing that they'd be fictionalised so they couldn't be traced back.
May I suggest that instead of trying to butter up the press, we distract them. Let's give them a story.
Such as?
Start a war, that sort of thing.
Start a war?
I'm not sure that it was really a demystification of the British government because the same myths still exist.
Who is it who has the last word about the government of Britain? The British cabinet or the American president?
Do you know, that's a fascinating question.
The truth is that nothing much has changed, and that's why the programmes are still popular today.